One of the things I love most about my dumpster business is the versatility of it, because you never know when you're going to need some of that equipment for your own projects. And since we own real estate like this, if you follow the channel, you've seen it before. This is one of our 6-unit apartment buildings, and I've had it for a while, but there's a little bit of maintenance that needs to be done. This is kind of one of those things on that long to-do list of things I've wanted to do for a long time. These shrubs right here are kind of the issue. You know, I'm constantly cutting them back 3-4 times a year, or hiring somebody else to do it. You can't even see the address sometimes, so I get complaints from tenants about their mail going to the wrong places or to the other side, the wrong unit. This old 6-unit is from the 1800s, so I don't want to do anything too crazy. I do think if we pulled these shrubs and added a little bit of landscaping throughout here, you know, some rocks, something very manageable, low maintenance, and that way it keeps this looking beautiful all year long. I absolutely do not want to do this by hand though, so that's where that equipment comes in handy. There's not a lot of yard to work with here. I mean, we have a very limited space and we are off a busy road, but I do think we could fit one piece of equipment here pretty well. It's a little bit big for the job, but I think this thing's going to save my back and save me a significant amount of time. Not a lot of room back here either. We got quite a few power lines. Okay, let's see if we can find a nice spot to get onto the sidewalk and maybe even into the yard. Find our best approach. I'll tell you what, one block and an excavator is still too long of a drive. Tight squeeze, but I think we're gonna make it. Okay, so here's what it looks like from the sidewalk. We've got the bucket here. We've got the street right here to our left. I really don't want to drive up into this grass if I don't have to. So what I think I'm going to do is actually run a chain to each bush, pull it out, pull it closer to me. That way I can just grab the bushes and then haul them straight into a dumpster if I can figure out whose car this is over here. And maybe we can ask them to move a little bit. We're going to go grab some chains and test that theory. We'll just use the chains that we bound up the equipment with. So what I think we'll do is test the theory out with this corner bush. Simply wrap it around a couple times. Oh, hey, these are actually bigger than I thought. So hopefully it works the way I'm hoping. So I just threw another chain in there. Connect them. Look at that. Just enough length to make it to the bucket. That's what I'm hoping for. So I'm actually strategically placing the camera here. So you see this root ball right here, the root that the ball's attached to. I want to keep my eye on that. So this camera is pretty useful for me because I can actually watch as that camera is being used to record this. So I'm going to place it right on there. So if anything funky started to happen while I'm in the cab, since I am here by myself, I'll be able to spot it. Because I don't want it to start pulling up concrete. I don't want it to start doing anything like that. But I do just want a nice even pull. So if that chain was to go somewhere I didn't want it to, I'm going to know. Well, let's just see if we can get this thing turned up, get that going, and then give it a yank. Just like that. She's coming up nice and slow. All right, since it's like that, I'm gonna go check, make sure there's no hidden utilities that are really shallow. Luckily with trees like this, the root system is really close to the top of the ground, so this should be pretty easy. I'm not gonna drag it out into the yard. I'm gonna kind of just knock this thing over. That way I can get all the dirt off of it. That way I don't drag it through the yard itself. So we do have a gas line. That's one thing we're gonna have to kind of watch out for. We don't wanna, you know, end up pulling a bush and take a gas line with it. So we'll be really careful with those trees over there. I know where the gas line goes, but you know, we still wanna be gentle with that area. I think this has the potential of looking pretty good once we landscape it. We also need to give a shout out to our sponsor, Docket. Thanks to them, we're able to do projects like this while also staying on top of everything in the dumpster business. With them, we're able to have our online booking, our processing, and keeping track of customer information is essential. It keeps everything running smoothly and keeps people like Keegan on task, even when I'm not around. It allows me to do some stuff outside of work as well. That way I get a little bit of time to myself and the business can keep running smoothly.
Which one of these doors am I supposed to drop this off at?
Hi, thank you for calling Rolling Operations.
This dude needs to pick up his phone. Oh my God. All right, he's not answering. Call the customer. If they got a number, they do. Okay. They definitely want it in this right side garage door. We'll get them taken care of. Yep.
Hey dude, is everything okay?
Yeah, dude, I tried calling you about the warehouse dumpster a couple times.
Yeah, I totally forgot to add that to the Nook section of the app.
I already got it figured out. What was that? Where are you at?
I'm at a construction site. We're bidding a demo job right now.
Right. You're at the gym again, aren't you?
Thanks, sorry I didn't put that in the notes. Thanks for getting it figured out though. I'll talk to you later, bye.
$100 to skip leg day again.
Sign up for a free demo today and streamline your operation. Back from lunch, and we got another call for a dumpster. Keegan's running so many right now, he's not going to be able to get this one, so I stepped in. But of course, we need to put it in a nearly impossible spot. He's hoping we can get it under this. He said we can put it this way if we want, but he really hopes we can get it under this. And of course, I don't think. These rollers are pretty seized up on this one. These roll pretty good. I think we'll be able to figure something out. The reason I wanted to drop this too is because I also was told that this week there was a little bit of a tragedy in this park. This park is actually owned by one of my buddies, and you wouldn't believe it because it's just unbelievable, really. There's another home that caught on fire. I have not gotten the details on this. I am not sure what happened. But the previous home that just burned down, and we actually did a video on it, just over there, happened because of an arson ordeal. They actually know who did it. I'm not sure if he ever got caught. So I'm interested to see what happened with this. But yeah, they've got another fire situation. So we were asked to, get a timeline on when we think we can demo it. It still smells pretty charred. And I don't know the details, so I don't want to say anything. But I mean, I hope it wasn't an arson deal, but either way, it's just a very, very unfortunate situation. And it's going to be a mess to clean up. So although it is an unfortunate situation, there's a good chance we're going to be the ones to tear this down. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. You can see what that process looks like again. In the meantime, let's go get this thing dropped over here. That way they can get this trailer emptied out like they needed to. Just gotta kind of scoot it in there. Whoop. Make sure we get our height so we don't crush the carport. And we'll just actually scoot the truck out from here. Just like that. Let the truck roll forward and let the dumpster fall. It's almost like we kind of know what we're doing sometimes. Let's get back to our project though. And I just absolutely love when a plan works out. Look at that. Okay, so this is the tree that has the roots closest to the gas line. So we're just going to take this one nice and gentle. I think this one has the roots going down quite a bit straighter than all the others. This actually looks like a different tree entirely. So we're just going to slowly wiggle this out. And I think we should be okay. Come on. A little persuasion. A little persuasion. Last one. Hopefully it doesn't give us any trouble. But it's being stubborn. I can tell it's moving a little bit. I think it's going. I think it's going. Yup. Easy. Easy money. You can just feel the reefs breaking a little bit at a time. I think that's a win, boys. What I'll do from here is break off some of the dirt as best I can. I'll shake it off once I pick it up with the excavator too. But I'm gonna break off as much of it as I can here. That way I don't shake it off or drag it throughout the whole yard. All right, that is so nice. Should be able to almost just grab the whole thing. Look at that. Shake it out. Shake it out. Don't have to worry about any power lines, nothing. I don't even have to move the excavator yet. I'm just gonna drop it right in there. Look at that. Oh, that makes me so happy. Oh, it's exactly the way I envisioned it in my head. Oh, so rarely does that happen. You have a plan, you envision it, and it's executed the exact same way. I mean, the bushes were a little stubborn in some spots, but otherwise, this is going way too smooth. Something's bound to happen. We know how it goes. Definitely gotten the attention of the tenants. They're probably like, what in the world is he doing now? No trees were harmed in the making of this video. Down with you. Oh, now the neighbors are out too. The neighbors at the other business are like, what is this guy doing? Oh well. Hopefully they like the improvement once we're done.
How are you getting away with this?
Am I getting away with it?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. What do you mean, how do I get away with this?
You're
I'm on the sidewalk. I mean, this is my sidewalk. This is my place. I wasn't asking for permission. I'm a beg for forgiveness type of guy. You know that. Easy money. Oh. Glad Keegan's here now. I can sit inside the cab. He's unhooking the chain right there. Last one. Seems like his dumpsters all got done at a decent time today. We had a pretty full list though, so that's a good sign. Nothing went terribly wrong.
How are you tarping this and doing all this?
I'm gonna smash this all down. I'm not tarping nothing. I'll strap it, but
Are you just gonna take it out and burn it?
burn it, or I'll take it to somebody I know that just takes fill. They don't mind if this is in there. Now we're gonna Hulk smash it all down. Not coming back for anything. This is it, one load. So from here, there was so much brush and even trash that was throughout the whole thing that it was hidden underneath. We're gonna get all that swept up so we can slide it into this dumpster before we dump it. We'll separate the trash from the actual brush though. Pretty happy with how this turned out and how quickly we were able to do it. And to be honest, it's kind of interesting to see the whole building for the first time since I've owned it. A friend of mine is actually about to develop all of this land out here, and it's pretty close to my house. So I'm glad I reached out to him. He gave me permission to dump all this here. I don't think he would have noticed had I not asked permission, because this pile is misleading. I mean, it's probably 50 feet long on the other side. Now, tomorrow, this dumpster is going to be empty, and we'll be able to just take it straight to a customer. One less thing I have to worry about in the morning. We can just get this straight to the customer and move on with our day. That was so anticlimactic. But I see we missed a plastic bag. Gotta make sure to get that. It's not our burn pile. We don't want to leave a mess. Before we get back over to the project, I need to go ahead and drop a couple dumpsters. We're going into the weekend, and that's when we have the most dumpster drops. Both Keegan and I are gonna be running pretty hard today, but I'm still gonna try to get some work done over there at the apartment. The notes and docket say that this is for a roof job, so they want it as close to the edge so that they can throw those shingles off. I'd say that's pretty close. Should easily be able to toss some shingles in. I'll tell you what, this one's gonna be heavy. We got a whole load of shingles here, and it rained really hard last night. I mean, woof! Probably looking at 5-6 tons here. This truck isn't afraid of a little bit of weight. We'll definitely let it drain a little bit too. Okay, get this one to the dump, get back to that job we were working on. So we're done with dumpsters. We're moving on back to this project. My buddy Curtis over here, he's already regretting. You know, I brought a saw. I brought you a saw. I bet. We're gonna have all the tools we need for this, but it rained last night. You could hardly tell because it's so hot. Everything's just evaporating. The game plan is get rid of the rest of the roots, get this evened out. We'll give ourselves a little trench for some block, get some tarp down, and then we'll come back with some rock probably a little later. I'm just going to go ahead and say this right now before somebody in the comments does. I am not a professional landscaper. I'm in no way saying this is the way you should actually do this. And I know we're going to be cutting a couple corners, but I do have the time, and I do think no matter what, it's going to look significantly better than the mess we had in front of this building before. Let's go find some block. Nothing nowadays is cheap. Still more than we wanted to pay. Putting the pressure on this guy. Oh, cheaper than nursery by a long shot. That was ridiculous. I would have had to take out a loan. I've got to give a shout out to my buddy Curtis here. He's waiting for his next job to start, so in the meantime, he's going to help me with some of these side projects that I've had on my to-do list for way too long.
Man, you are about as lucky as anybody can be.
This is all the scraps that are left over.
He had the perfect amount of scrap.
Literally all scraps left over from other jobs. Because
look at that.
2 rolls, 2 partial rolls, and we have just enough. Look at that. I think we can make that work.
That's how it's done.
When you own a business that takes so much of your time, projects like these in the real estate portfolio tend to just end up on the back burner, and you just fit them in as soon as you feel the urge to get something like this done. And that's exactly what this is. I'm fitting it in, and I probably wasn't as prepared as I should have been. I should have brought some levels, I should have brought some string, and I probably should have even brought sand to level out the block itself. But that is something we can come back and do. At the end of the day, I'm just happy we're getting it done, and for eyeballing it, it's coming together pretty good. We broke out old Betty White so we can finish this job up. This is gonna be fun, right? It's just 2 tons. We'll have Curtis do 1 scoop at a time, toss it in the wheelbarrow, and I'll do the pushing. Oh, that's not too bad. You can make it. I'm saying that now, but after the 50th one, I'll be complaining. Teamwork makes the dream work. The best part about this is about the time that Keegan actually got done running dumpsters. So while Curtis loaded me up in the wheelbarrow, I would push it to the front, where Keegan would be waiting with the rake, and he would just spread it out as best he could. That way, we'd have it nice and even. 4 skid buckets is the amount we seem to have needed. Dang near perfect. We'll just use the remainder of that to fill some of those low spots where you can kind of see the tarp through some of the rock. And after that, we'll start straightening out some of this block because, you know, it kind of got wiggled around as we were throwing this in. All right, overall, she's done. Or at least this part is. We're gonna come back, we'll get a little bit of sand, level out some of these blocks because we bumped quite a few of them as we brought those wheelbarrows in. And then I think I'm gonna get a couple 5-gallon buckets to fill some low spots and some spots where I see the tarp. And then we'll decide, do we wanna put some pots in between? Or do you guys have recommendations for maybe 3 very manageable plants? I'd love to put, you know, a cactus in here. That way I never have to do anything. That's not the case, so let me know what you think. We'll finish that over there a little later because a couple minutes ago, a huge flash thunderstorm hit and it absolutely soaked us. We'll get back to that later, but I did want to give you a quick preview of what we're working on next. So it sounds like we just won this bid and we will be taking this down in no time. It's kind of nice that it just rained on it because you really want these to sit for a few days because the last thing you want to do is load them up into a dumpster and then start driving down the road. That airflow all of a sudden reignites a spark and then you've got a huge issue. But oof, it just smells like a really, really charred, overcooked, I don't know, chicken. This thing got hot. I know the park owners want this out of here ASAP too because it's off a pretty main road. It's kind of the first thing people see as they drive by now, so they want this thing to disappear. So we're gonna have to make that happen. The good thing is I was told this was not another arson incident, but at the same time, I'm not really sure how good of news that really is because this is still really unfortunate for somebody. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, that way you get a chance to see this get absolutely ripped apart. Because stuff like this never goes smooth. Small project like today was almost relaxing because it's pretty straightforward and nothing to it. But something like this, yeah, there's bound to be a little bit of drama. Thanks again, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.